Senate will come to order and the Secretary will call the roll.
Bear, Bayer, Bach, Brackett, Buckner-Webb, Cameron, Davis, Durst, Fulcher, Getty, Guthrie, Hagedorn, Hyder, Hill, Johnson, Keogh, Lacey, Lakey, Lodge, Martin, McKenzie, Mortimer, Nonini, Nuxel, Patrick, Pierce, Rice, Schmidt, Sidaway, Stennett, Thane, Tippett, Fick, Work, Winder, Cameron, Keogh, Lodge,
Roll call shows 32 present, 3 absent, excused. Quorum being present, Senate's in order. Senate will advance to the second order of business. Prayer by Chaplain James Wiberding and Pledge of Allegiance. We'd ask our friends in the gallery to rise and join us in prayer.
Good morning. Yesterday I mentioned that this week I want to be praying for the leadership aspect of your role, and so I want to continue that today. And I'm sure that you have observed that opportunities to lead emerge everywhere, usually from the intersection of human needs and who you are. And so I want to pray that God will bless who you are and deepen your ability to lead today, particularly as it regards listening. Let's pray. Almighty God, Scripture calls you the God who hears. As the master of the art, I pray that you will please broaden the listening capacity of these good senators this week. With the static of competing voices and the pace of life, careful listening is not a common practice among most. But these senators were elected to a higher standard. They were also chosen for their skills of perception. And so I ask that you please deepen those skills of perception so that they may accurately listen and understand the issues that come before them. I pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
We'll now be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by our page, Ivy Christofferson. Ivy.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Senate will advance third order of business, reading corrections journal.
February 5th, 2013, the Judiciary and Rules Committee reports that the Senate Journal of the proceedings of February 4th, 2013 was read and approved as corrected. Lodge Chairman.
The report will be filed in the office of Secretary. Senator Davis.
Mr. President, a personal privilege, man.
You have the floor.
Mr. President, Senators, just quickly, the roadmap for today is to work our way through the various orders. We do intend to go to the 10th order of business and pick up one of the 2 gubernatorial appointments. Additionally, it's our intention, actually we'll pick up 2 of the gubernatorial appointments. We will work our way quickly to the 13th order of business and work our way through there. We'll talk some more about the calendar as the morning goes along also, especially as it relates to the 14th order of business. Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent to send advance to the 6th order of business.
Without objection, Senate advance 6th order of business. Reports to Standing Committee. Senate's at the 6th order of business.
February 4th, 2013, the Judiciary and Rules Committee reports out Senate Bill 1032 and recommend that it do pass. Lodge Chairman.
Senate Bill 1032 will refer to the 12th order of business. Second reading.
February 4th, 2013, the Judiciary and Rules Committee reports out Senate Bill 1033 with the recommendation that it be referred to the 14th order of business for amendment. Lodge Chairman.
Without objection, the Senate will be referred to the 14th order of business for amendment.
February 4th, 2013, the Health and Welfare Committee reports out Senate Bill 1010 and recommend that it do pass. Hyder Chairman.
Senate Bill 1010 will refer to the 12th order of business, second reading calendar.
There is no further business in the sixth order, Mr. President.
Senator Davis.
President, ask unanimous consent to advance to the 9th order of business.
Without objection, Senate advance to the 9th order of business. Messages from the House. Senate's at the 9th order of business.
February 4th, 2013. Mr. President, I transmit herewith House Bill 34, 35, 36, and House Bill 53, which have passed the House. Alexander, Chief Clerk.
House Bills 34, 35, 36, and House Bill 53 will be referred to the 11th order of business. Senator Lodge will be recorded present at this order of business.
There is no further business in the ninth order, Mr. President.
Senate will advance 10th order of business. Senate's at the 10th order of business.
Mr. President.
Senator Davis.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the gubernatorial appointment of Gregory J. Shade to the State Building Authority be held for one legislative day. May I explain?
You may.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good senators, it's to allow us to gather additional information in the presentation of that nomination for your consideration.
Hearing no objection, so ordered. Senate now has, for final consideration, the report of the Local Government Taxation Committee on the appointment of Lee Heinrich to the Board of Tax Appeals. Secretary will read the report.
January 29th, 2013, the Local Government and Taxation Committee reports it has had under consideration the gubernatorial appointment of Leland G. Heinrich to the Board of Tax Appeals, term to expire June 30th, 2015. The committee recommends that said appointment be confirmed by the Senate. Sit away, Chairman.
Mr. President.
Senator Hill.
Mr. President, I move that the Senate adopt the committee report.
Senator Buckner-Webb.
Mr. President, I second the motion.
Been moved and seconded. The Senate adopt the report of the Local Government Committee. Senator Hill is recognized to open debate on the committee report.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members of the Senate, this is for the gubernatorial appointment of Lee Heinrich. Lee has been a member of this body here. He was a senator for 4 years. When I was chairman of the Local Government Taxation Committee, he served as my vice chair, and I got to know him very well and appreciate his abilities, his talents, and his willingness to do what is best for the people. It was particularly helpful having him on the Local Government Taxation Committee because he had so much experience with local government, particularly with the counties. He was the Valley County clerk for 16 years, and so he brought that knowledge with him. He was so good that they actually made him the president of the Idaho Association of Counties and the Idaho Association of County Recorders and Clerks. He's also past president of the Cascade Chamber of Commerce. And he is the current chair of the Cascade Rural Fire and EMS Department. He served on the board of the Cascade Medical Center for 17 years. Lee was born and raised on a seed potato farm in Lake Fork, Idaho. You just think you've heard them all, right? For those who don't know where Lake Fork is, that's in Valley County. No offense to Lake Fork. We're glad they're part of the state. He graduated from Donnelly McCall High School. He went to the University of Idaho and received a bachelor's degree in agricultural economics. Senator Heinrich has received a lot of awards and a lot of honors. I'm not going to take time to go into those. The greatest, as he explained to me, of his awards and honors is his wife, Brenda, their 5 children, and their 11 grandchildren. He's a good man, he's a good friend, and he'll do a good job. I encourage your support. Thank you, Mr. President.
Debate being open. Is there further debate on the committee report? Hearing no further debate, Senator Hill is recognized to close debate.
Debate is closed.
Debate being closed. The question is, will the Senate adopt the committee report on the appointment of Lee Heinrich to the Board of Tax Appeals? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and the report has been adopted. Senator Keel will be recognized at this order of business. The Senate now has for final consideration the report of the State Affairs Committee on the appointment of Janie Revere as the Administrator of the Division of Financial Management. Secretary will read the report.
February 4th, 2013, the State Affairs Committee reports it has had under consideration the gubernatorial appointment of Janie Lynn Revere as the Administrator of Division of Financial Management. Her term will continue at the pleasure of the governor, and the committee recommends that said appointment be confirmed by the Senate. McKenzie, Chairman.
Senator McKenzie.
I move that the Senate adopt the committee report.
Senator Buckner-Webb.
Mr. President, I second that motion.
Moved and seconded. The Senate adopt the committee report. Senator McKenzie is recognized to open debate on the committee report.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ms. Revere comes to us with a wealth of policy background, most of it on the federal level. She's a fifth-generation farming family from southern Idaho. Her undergrad degree she got at Oklahoma State University in agricultural economics, and then went on to get a master's in that at the Oregon State University. Following that, she went back to Washington, D.C. to work in policy positions for Idaho congressional members. She started in Senator Craig's office and moved from there to become Butch Otter's Deputy Chief of Staff. That was when he was working in the House Energy and Commerce Committee, and she was the primary staffer there, briefing him on energy issues, natural resource, agricultural issues. After that, she went to work for Representative Mike Simpson, the Special Projects Manager, basically handling all kinds of things. And so from that policy background, now the Governor has appointed her as Administrator of the Division of Financial Management. One of the things that she brings to that is a policy commitment, which she expressed, which takes three parts. Which I think reflects the way that this body looks at budgets for our state government. And they are, one is to grow government slower than the economy grows. Two is to take excess funds and replenish our rainy day funds for when we need them. And the third is to have a structurally balanced budget. Those are three principles that she said will help guide her as she advises the governor as the Administrative Division of Financial Management. And I think those are good principles. And so, Mr. President, with that, I will open debate.
Senator Cameron will be recognized, President. This order of business, debate being open. Is there further debate? Senator Brackett, for what reason do you rise?
Thank you, Mr. President. To declare a possible conflict of interest pursuant to Rule 39.
What could that possibly be, Senator?
But I do intend to vote, have a close relationship with Ms. Revere.
That will be so recorded in the journal. Further debate on the committee report. Hearing no further debate, Senator McKenzie is recognized. Closed debate.
Thank you. And to clarify, that close relationship is family relationship. She is a senator's daughter. Thank you, senators. With that, debate is closed.
Debate being closed, the question is, shall Senate adopt the report of the State Affairs Committee on the appointment of Janie Revere as Administrator of the Division of Financial Management? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The report has been adopted. The governor will be so notified.
Mr. President.
Senator Davis.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that SCR 104 hold its place on the legislative calendar until next Tuesday, 1 week from today.
You may explain.
Thank you. At that time, we should have some visitors from the country of Taiwan.
Hearing no objection, SCR 104 will hold its place on the calendars.
Mr. President,
Senator Davis.
ask unanimous consent, Senate advance to the 11th order of business.
Without objection, the Senate will advance to the 11th order of business. First reading of bills. Senate's at the 11th order of business. Senator Davis.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that all bills on first reading be read by number, author, and title only, and the journal show they've been read at length.
Hearing no objection, so ordered.
In the Senate, Senate Bill Number 1053 by Health and Welfare Committee, an act relating to public assistance law to require that the State Department of Health and Welfare or its authorized agent issue certain benefits over the course of not less than 10 consecutive days within the month.
Senate Bill 1053 will refer to the Judiciary and Rules Committee for printing.
In the House of Representatives, House Bill Number 34 by Health and Welfare Committee, an act relating to the Speech and Hearing Services Practice Act to revise provisions relating to a quorum of the board. In the House of Representatives, House Bill Number 35 by Health and Welfare Committee, an act relating to the Board of Social Work Examiners to provide that the board may review the practice of a licensed social worker who is the subject of a certain complaint. In the House of Representatives, House Bill Number 36 by Health and Welfare Committee, an act relating to the Board of Nursing Home Administrators to establish provisions relating to the imposition of a fine upon a licensee by the Board of Nursing Home Administrators. In the House of Representatives, House Bill Number 53 by State Affairs Committee, an act relating to the Bond Bank Authority to clarify salaries for certain members of the Bond Bank Authority.
House Bills 34, 35, and 36 will be referred to the Health and Welfare Committee, and House Bill 53 will be referred to the State Affairs Committee.
There is no further business in the 11th order, Mr. President.
Mr. President, ask unanimous consent to send advance to the 13th order of
Without
business.
objection, Senate advance 13th order of business, third reading of bills. Senate's at the 13th order of business. Senator Davis.
Mr. President, I wonder if the President would recognize the senator from District 12.
Senator Lakey.
Mr. President, I would ask for unanimous consent to move Senate Bill 1018 to the 14th order of business. May I explain?
Senate Bill, which Senate bill is that?
Senate Bill 1018.
1018. Hearing no objection, Senate Bill 1018 will be referred to the 14th order of business for amendment.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Senate now has for final consideration House Bill number 4. Secretary will read the bill.
In the House of Representatives, House Bill Number 4 by Revenue and Taxation Committee, an act relating to income taxes.
Mr. President.
Senator Work.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that further reading of House Bill 4 be dispensed with. The general show it's been read at length the third time and is before the Senate for final consideration.
Hearing no objection, Senator Work is recognized to open debate.
A second.
There's no second.
I'm sorry. Please excuse me.
Yep, I am both of them.
Mr. President and members of the Senate, House Bill 4 is a bill for technical corrections from the Tax Commission. In Section 1, House Bill 634 passed during 2012 session clarified the credit for taxes paid to other states. And so we're changing that to add a cross-reference from Section 633029 to 633022, just so that everything works out in code. In Section 2 from House Bill 364 during the 2012 session, it clarified a deduction for retirement benefits paid to certain retired police officers and revised the definition of disabled and replaced the word widow with widow or widower. However, not all the references were changed, and so we're just correcting those issues. In Section 3 of the bill, it relates to House Bill 485, passed last year, revise the eligibility criteria for taking a state income tax deduction for installing energy efficiency upgrades to existing residences. Through an oversight, the drafters omitted a requirement that the residents be located in the state of Idaho and that the residents be the primary residents, and so we're just correcting that so that people from out of state can't claim that. And in Section 4, the change clarifies that the deduction for technological equipment donations is limited to the lesser fair market value or the cost of the donation. Some taxpayers are buying this equipment at a substantial discount below market and then claiming the higher fair market value for the deduction. And Section 5 modifies Idaho Code 633072 relating to the statute of limitations for claiming a refund to include reference to a new Idaho Code section, which is 633036B, that was enacted last year. And then finally, Section 6 provides a January 1st, 2013 effective date, except for Section 3 is retroactive to January 1st, 2012. And this just corrects effective dates for things that have been passed in the past. Mr. President, with that, debate is open.
Debate being open is further debate on House Bill number 4. Hearing no further debate, Senator Work is recognized to close debate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Debate's closed.
Debate being closed, the question is, so House Bill number 4 passed the Senate. The Secretary will call the roll.
Baer. Bayer. Bach. Brackett. Buckner-Webb. Cameron. Davis. Durst. Bolcher. Getty. Guthrie. Hagedorn. Hyder. Hill. Johnson. Keough. Lacey. Lakey.
Aye.
Lodge. Martin. McKenzie. Mortimer. Nonini. Nuxel. Patrick. Pierce. Rice. Schmidt. Sidaway. Stennett. Thane. Tippett. Fick. Work. Winder. Buckner Webb. Getty.
Senator Getty. Roll call shows 35 ayes, no nays, no absent excused. Majority haven't voted in the affirmative. House Bill 4 is passed the Senate. The corrections title. Hearing none, the title is approved. House Bill 4 will be returned to the House. Senate now has for final consideration Senate Bill 1016. The Secretary will read the bill.
In the Senate, Senate Bill number 1016 by Judiciary and Rules Committee, an act relating to producer licensing to remove language providing that a bail agent's license filed with the clerk of the district court is deemed proof that such bail agent is licensed, to provide correct code references. Be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Idaho.
Mr. President.
Senator Lakey.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that further reading of Senate Bill 1016 be dispensed with and the journal show that has been read the third time at length, section by section, and placed before the Senate for final consideration.
Hearing no objection, Senator Lakey is recognized to open debate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senators, Senate Bill 1016 is one of those bills recommended by the Supreme Court to correct defects or omissions. Currently, the bill proposes to remove subsection 3 of Idaho Code 41-1039 relating to the licensing of bail agents. The current code section provides that bail agents file their licenses with the county clerks, and the filing with the county clerk is deemed to be proof that the bail agent is duly licensed and authorized to do business in Idaho. That provision, however, is no longer accurate or needed. Even when a license has been filed with the county clerk, that bail agent's license may have been suspended or revoked. And currently, with the technology that we have, an individual can go onto the website for the Department of Insurance and verify that that bail agent's license is current and in place. So this code section is no longer needed, and in fact, it may be misleading or confusing. Mr. President, with that, debate is open.
Debate being open, is there further debate on Senate Bill 1016? Hearing no further debate, Senator Lakey is recognized to close debate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Debate is closed.
Debate being closed. The question is, till Senate Bill 1016 pass the Senate, Secretary will call the roll.
Baer. Bayer. Bach. Brackett. Buckner Webb. Cameron. Davis. Durst. Fulcher. Getty. Guthrie. Hagedorn. Hyder. Hill. Johnson. Keogh. Lacey. Lakey. Lodge. Martin. McKenzie. Mortimer. Nonini. Nuxel. Patrick. Pierce. Rice. Schmidt. Sidaway. Stennett. Thane. Tippett. Fick. Work. Winder. Bach. Sidaway.
Roll call shows 35 ayes, no nays, no absent excused. Majority haven't voted in the affirmative. Senate Bill 1016 is passed the Senate. Are there corrections to the title? Hearing none, the title is approved. Senate Bill 1016 will be transmitted to the House. The Senate now has for final consideration Senate Bill 1017. The Secretary will read the bill.
In the Senate, Senate Bill number 1017 by Judiciary and Rules Committee, an act relating to the proceedings in Magistrates Division, relating to the undertaking for appearance.
Mr. President.
Senator Lakey.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that further reading of Senate Bill 1017 be dispensed with and the journal show that has been read the third time at length, section by section, and placed before the Senate for final consideration.
Hearing no objections, Senator Lakey is recognized to open debate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senators, Senate Bill 1017 is also another recommendation from the Supreme Court to correct defects or omissions in the law. This bill repeals and corrects 6 obsolete sections of the code. I know I will have some constituents that are enthused about me recommending repeal of certain statutes in the legislature, so I'm excited to be able to do this. It's some of my first responsibilities. Idaho Code sections 1939-39 through 1939-44, those sections that are proposed to be repealed. Those sections address when a defendant is convicted of a misdemeanor in magistrate court and appeals that conviction to the district court. Under the old statute, as this is currently worded, they're leftovers essentially from the turn of the 19th century. In the days before we had created a separate magistrate division from the district court division, when we had justices of the peace and police and probate courts. In those days, a trial before a justice of the peace might not provide that criminal defendant with the full due process rights that they enjoy today under our current system and the procedural safeguards that are in place currently. Consequently, when a defendant appealed their conviction under the old statutes, and at that time, the district court would be able to have a trial de novo, or a brand new trial. Currently, the process is for an appeal from a magistrate to a district court division to be an appellate process because they do have those procedural protections at the magistrate level. Those appeals are now governed by Rules 54.1 and 54.19 of the Idaho Criminal Rules. And all of these procedures addressed in the statutes that this bill will repeal are now addressed in those criminal rules. Therefore, these statutes are obsolete and do not reflect current practice, and again, can only cause confusion. With that, Mr. President, debate is open.
Debate being open. Further debate on Senate Bill 1017. Hearing no further debate, Senator Lakey is recognized to close debate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Debate is closed.
Debate being closed. Question is, so Senate Bill 1017 passes the Senate. The Secretary will call the roll.
Bear. Bayer. Bach. Brackett. Buckner-Webb. Cameron. Davis. Durst. Fulcher. Getty. Guthrie. Hagedorn. Hyder. Hill. Johnson. Keogh. Lacey. Lakey. Lodge. Martin. McKenzie. Mortimer. Nonini. Nuxel. Patrick. Pierce. Rice. Schmidt. Sidaway. Stennett. Thane. Tippett. Fick. Work. Winder.
Roll call shows 35 ayes, no nays, no absence, excused. Majority haven't voted affirmative. Senate Bill 1017 is passed. Senate, the correction title, hearing none. Titles approved. Senate Bill 1017 will be transmitted to the House. Senator Davis.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent to advance to the 14th order of business. Resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole, and the senator from 20, Senator Winder, be appointed to take the chair.
Hearing no objection, the Senate will advance 14th order of business. Senate's at the 14th order of business. Senate will be at ease, subject to the call of chair, and Senator Winder will take the chair of the Committee of the Whole. Senate's at ease.
Committee of the whole Senate will come to order. Secretary will read the list of bills before the committee.
Senate Bill 1006 with one amendment, House Bill 12 with one amendment, and Senate Bill 1003 with one amendment.
Committee of the whole will now have under consideration House Bill number 12. There being no objection, amendment to Section 2 will be considered read in full.
Moved by Senator Hagedorn, seconded by Senator Rice, that the amendment to the bill be adopted.
Mr. President, or Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent, same which shall call chair.
Committee of the whole be at ease. Subject to call the chair. Committee of the whole return to order and correct the order of the bills we're going to be doing them in. We'll be doing Senate Bill 1006 first. So did you read that one?
Moved by Senator Hagedorn, seconded by Senator Rice, that the amendment to the bill be adopted.
Senator Hagedorn is recognized to open debate.
Mr. Chairman, I rise in support of the amendment to Senate Bill 1006. This amendment clarifies that local highway districts are allowed to and can promote public hearings prior to the transfer of state highways into the public district. And with that, Mr. Chairman, debate is open.
So further debate, debate in opposition. Hearing none, Senator Hagedorn is recognized to close debate.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Debate's closed.
Debate being closed, the question is, shall amendments to Section 2 be adopted? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. The ayes have it, and the amendment to Section 2 is adopted. Being no objection, the correction title should be considered read in full.
Moved by Senator Hagedorn, seconded by Senator Rice, that the correction to title be adopted.
You've heard the motion. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. Correction titles adopted.
Mr. Chairman.
Senator Fulcher.
Mr. Chairman, I move when the committee rise, a report is had under consideration Senate Bill 1006, returned same as amended without recommendation.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
You've heard the motion. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. The motion carries. Committee of the whole will now have under consideration House Bill number 12. There being no objection, amendment to Section 2 will be considered read in full.
Moved by Senator Rice, seconded by Senator Hill, that the amendment to Section 2 be adopted.
Senator Rice, recognized to open debate.
Mr. Chairman, I rise in support of this amendment because this bill was intended to protect active duty military personnel when they're transferred to the state of Idaho. Currently, we have a 3-month period prior to moving here that certain property is subject to the use tax if it's acquired during that time frame. And the intent was that if military personnel were transferred by orders that came out less time before the move than that 3 months, that only the period after their orders came out would be the period during which the use tax would apply to the property they acquired. The problem was as we were going through in committee, we discovered that if their orders came out longer before the move than 3 months, it'd be the whole period after they received their orders to move to the state of Idaho. And so the amendment fixes that so that it's 3 months or the time after they got their orders, whichever is shorter to the date of their move to the state of Idaho. With that, debate is open.
Is there further debate or debate in opposition? Hearing none, Senator Rice is recognized to close debate.
Mr. Chairman, debate is closed.
Debate being closed. Question is, shall amendments to Section 2 be adopted? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, and amendment to Section 2's adoption. Without objection, correction to title be read in full.
Moved by Senator Rice, second by Senator Hill, that the correction to title be adopted.
You've heard the motion. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move that when the committee rise, it report it has had under consideration House Bill number 12, return same as amended without recommendation.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
You've heard the motion. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Committee of the Whole will now have under consideration Senate Bill 1003. Being no objection, the bill will be considered read in full. Being no objection, amendment to Section 3 will be considered read.
Moved by Senator Sidaway, second by Senator Baer, that the amendment to Section 3 be adopted.
Senator Sidway is recognized to open debate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Chairman, in order to debate for the amendment, Senators, the other day I was a little bit flippant when I explained the reason behind this amendment, but this really had little to do with the original intent of the bill, and specifically to the amendment, and you can read it. It's in conflict with the rest of Title 36 in Idaho Code, because we've had several discussions, but this directly conflicts with some of that, in that in Chapter 11 we are distinctly given the opportunity to take depredating animals or animals that are taking private property, and and as you can see in this amendment where we strike the line on line 4, that it was in conflict with the rest of Idaho Code. And a couple of things that the Department of Fish and Game brought up to me when I questioned them about that was if you're pursuing an animal, you may be pursuing that animal for all sorts of reasons. One of those reasons may be to take pictures of the animal. Another reason may be to just get another look at the animal. So you don't have to have a license to pursue animals. And if you're hunting an animal, you obviously are going to, after that animal, to kill that animal. So the Department of Fish and Game advised me it would be a good idea to strike that. And it's basically that same language in the next part of this amendment, but also contained in the next part of the amendment is there has been a license for youth hunters that would go from January 1st to August 1st. And this takes away that provision, so it will allow those hunters to get an annual license just like everyone else does. And we'll see when we get into 1003 that is consistent with the intent of the rest of the bill. With that, Mr. President, debate is open.
Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent, the chair, the committee of the whole go to subject to call the chair.
Committee of the Whole be its ease, subject to call the chair.
Gee, Merry Christmas. I'm drinking my
I have a dangling participle here. Dangling. We'll skip it.
Committee of the whole return to order.
Mr. Chairman.
Senator Fulcher.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the committee rise and report.
I second the motion.
Heard the motion. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. Senator Fulcher. Done. Make your motion.
Ask unanimous consent, we go at ease.
Committee of the whole be at ease again. Committee of the whole return to order, and just take a moment and talk to you about a couple of things. I probably should have done this when we started, but you can read it in our rules, but we do have a procedure that allows for 5 minutes of introductory debate in favor, then the same for closing, then we're allowed to have debate in opposition to that, and debate in opposition is basically allowed by 2 members, and you can share your time if you want, but you have to do that and yield to that process. So what we're going to do now is we're back in order, and we've completed our work, and the motion on the floor, which I misunderstood, was to rise and report, and we will rise and report, and based upon that, the Committee of the Whole will be adjourned. We resolve and dissolve. I'll hear that lecture when I get back to my seat. All yours.
All right. As long as I get a report.
You'll have a report. I got it right.
Senate will come to order prior to going to East. Senate's 14th order of business. Senate's at the 14th order of business. Senator Winder.
Thank you, Mr. President. We, your committee of the whole, beg leave to report that we've had under consideration Senate Bill 1006 and House Bill 12. We further report we've had under consideration Senate Bill 1003, report progress, and beg leave to sit again. Mr. President, I move the adoption of the committee report.
Senator Buckner Webb.
Mr. President, I second the motion.
Been moved and seconded that the Senate adopt the committee report. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The report has been adopted. Senate Bill 1006 will be referred to the Judiciary and Rules Committee for engrossing, and the amendments thereto will be referred to the Judiciary and Rules Committee for printing. House Bill 12 will be filed for first reading as amended, and the amendments thereto will be referred to the Judiciary and Rules Committee for printing. And Senate Bill 1003 will retain its place on the 14th order of business.
Mr. President.
Senator Davis.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent to advance to the 15th order of business.
Without objection, Senate advance 15th order of business, miscellaneous business adjournment. Senate's at the 15th order of business. Senator Davis.
Mr. President, Senators, we'll soon adjourn to the hour of 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. That is different. 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. Prior to adjournment, I ask if there are introductions or announcements.
Announcements. Senator Davis.
Mr. President, I move the Senate adjourn till the hour of 10:30 a.m. tomorrow.
Senator Stinnett.
Mr. President, second the motion.
Been moved and seconded that the Senate adjourn until 10:30 tomorrow. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed nay. The ayes have it. We are adjourned.
Welcome to Idaho in Session, Legislature Live, the Senate channel. Funding is provided by the Idaho State Broadcasters Association, with additional support from the Union Pacific Foundation, the Idaho Association of Counties, the Association of Idaho Cities, the Idaho Cable Telecommunications Association, and your contributions to the Idaho Public Television Endowment.